All right, so the last step, and definitely the most time-consuming step, is to do your Zentangle patterns in each piece of your color wheel. So you can see I already have most of mine done. This has taken me a couple of hours with some really good concentration. So what you're required to do is do a different Zentangle pattern in each section. So 12 different Zentangle patterns. And you can make up your own, or you can use ideas from the handouts that I have on the table and the videos that I have in Google Classroom. Or yeah, make up your own or use the handouts or the videos for ideas. Your Zentangle patterns should be pretty small, not huge, big things within the shape. Okay, so you're basically filling each section with a super small, detailed, repeating pattern. And pattern is a really important principle of design that you'll learn about over and over again when you're making art. So I'm just gonna have you watch me do one section, and then you'll do your own. So I'm using Sharpies, and you can use fine point Sharpie or ultra fine point Sharpie, but you need to use black line so it can stand out against the color. So you're definitely going to use Sharpies for this. If your Sharpie isn't working well, let me know and I'll give you a new one. Don't use a drying up Sharpie. All right. So let's see, what do I want to do? A good way to start if you don't know what to do is just do some stripes or lines or squiggles and then add some little details. I'm going to do some kind of rays coming out from the middle there. And then I'm going to divide it down into some smaller rectangles. And now I have something to work with. Now I'm going to create like a little something in each rectangle. Let's see. So I'm going to do this kind of classic Zentangle pattern. And I'm going to repeat it in each rectangle. And your Zentangle patterns are so small that if you mess up a little bit, it doesn't really matter. So don't be too particular. Just try to have fun and relax with it. Zentangling is supposed to be a relaxing thing to do. It should not be stressful. So just try to chill out with it. And if you don't know what to do in a certain section because it's kind of like a weird small section or it's oddly shaped, just make it up. I promise it's not going to be a big deal. It can work out really nicely to have a mix of lines and colored in areas in your Zentangles. And it also works out nicely to have a mix of thin and thicker lines. So I'm using an ultra fine point right now, but I'm going to come back and go over the initial straight lines that I made with a thicker line to make them stand out a little bit more. Variety, which is another important principle of design, is always nice in artwork. Not having everything exactly the same, having some variety in what you're doing. almost done. I'm going kind of fast, so my demo video isn't long, but you will take your time and do a super excellent, neat job. Okay, so there's my pattern. And then, like I said, I was just gonna make my grid lines a little darker to separate the different sections a little bit. There we go. And that's it for that section. I just have one more section left to do, my yellow-green section, and then I'm all done.